Hi there, this is the day 3 of review there of Royal Ascot, and it got off to a great start once again for the Irish. Although the favourite, it was a disappointment to see that one not go in the stalls for Aidan O'Brien. She had a bit of an incident down there at the stalls. She had to be withdrawn. But the winner, Nola Soul, had good form, of course, which was boosted yesterday by Joseph O'Brien's winner of the Windsor Castle, King of Cloughlin, winning. This horse was second to that one in the last run, and Nola Soul did really well, especially how keen she was. She was very, very lit up there throughout most of the contest, and yet she came home in good style despite that to win. I thought Aperol, who finished third, ran well considering she did most of the donkey work out, or he did most of the donkey work there out in front. And On Just Terms ran a good second as well for Joseph O'Brien, who's having a fabulous week there at Royal Ascot. And the winner was good performance as well, especially for the owner Craig Burnick, who spent $220,000 on this horse as a yearling, so that was well paid for that one. He's got a Royal Ascot winner out of it, so good performance there, and good to see Fozzie Stack in the winner's enclosure there with Nola Soul. The second race on the card, though, did go to Joseph O'Brien with Enceladus. Very good ride, I thought, this by Ryan Moore. Got the horse into a good position. He did have a good draw because middle to high draws have a good record in this race, as they do on most of the races on the round course here at Royal Ascot. But this horse did well, was given a more prominent ride than I imagined, and did really well. Looked really well, this horse, beforehand in the paddock as well. And good performance on the day. The second horse, Al-Azad, was one of my selections. I didn't think he was just wanted to go past the winner, although Ryan Moore was pretty strong on the winner itself. But Al-Azad ran a good second, and I think he was still one to go, keep moving forward with it. I think handicap will fall his way at one point, and he certainly did much better than his last run in the London Gold Cup, which was boosted again, of course, with more horses to come out of that later in the week. But two horses in behind, Hey Zoom, who finished fourth. That horse ran well considering he was drawn low. He ran really well at Newbury when winning last time, and the second had come out and won for Harry Charlton, so that form had been boosted, and he ran well from not a great draw there in stall 8. Believed also ran well in third from a lower stall. Johnny Murta had been talking up her chances as well, and that horse ran really well to be third. But on the day, Enceladus just got the job done from Al-Azad, who ran much better than in the London Handicap last time. The third race on the card, I went to William Haggis with Earthshot. This was one of my horses in my 50 to follow from earlier on in the year. And it just makes you think how good her stable companion is, Maya Ophelia, who we're yet to see this season, who beat her very convincingly on the debut there at Newbury. But Earthshot did this really well. Was thought of as an Oaks filly at one point, got beat though in the trial for that last time out, so came here, was a recent purchase as well by Wafnan Racing, and had to come wide as well under James Doyle, lost quite a bit of ground in doing so, and even up the straight had to be brought further out wide as well. She didn't look the easiest conveyance up the straight there, but she did well to win, just getting there from Johannes Walsh. Again, another great run from that one for Joseph O'Brien. But Earthshot got the job done. The disappointment of the race was Legacy Link. She clearly didn't back up from a quick turnaround from the Oaks, where she must have had a hard race, especially on soft ground. She clearly wasn't at her best, and the Yorkshire Oaks, I think, will be her next port of call on a track she likes, of course, after winning the Musidora. The Gilded Prize, I think, was a little bit unlucky there. May have finished a bit closer, but to be honest, I think Earthshot would still have won regardless. But nice winner there for William Haggis and the Wafnan team, especially another winner for William Haggis after Alabaya, of course, won yesterday for him. Then, of course, we had the Gold Cup, and what a race this was there. Scandinavia just edging out Trawlerman. I have to say, though, I thought Trawlerman should have won this race. I think William Buick just got his reins caught or something in the last half furlong there. If you watch the replay back, I think it just lost his momentum at a crucial stage, and Scandinavia just gained it there late on. He was given a good ride, though, by Ryan Moore, was always on the Trawlerman's tail throughout. Didn't think he was going to go past at one point, but he's a really good stayer. I didn't think he'd necessarily was a good price at 11 to 8, the price he went off at, but he got the job done. And of course, now we've got a Ledger winner now as an Ascot Gold Cup winner, which is fantastic. It's great to see as well the big operations supporting these cup races, because as we've seen today, they are really thrilling. And I know these sprints are what people are breeding for nowadays, but it's good to see Coolmore and indeed Godolphin supporting these big cup races there. And Sweet William also ran well in third, given a more conservative ride to be ridden for a place, and good job there from Rab Havlin to get that horse placed. He certainly didn't give the horse a good ride last time at Sandown, but that was better from Sweet William today. Then we came on to the Britannia. This has been my favourite race of the week so far from a shellfish point of view, because I did back Moonfall and indeed Outback Heat. So that was a really good performance. Moonfall was a huge eye-catcher at Chester on the reappearance from there, when behind stablemate McMurray. And Moonfall, certainly when the draw came out, I was very, very happy with that. The draw certainly had a big influence, though, on the race. I mean, the first 4 home were drawn 28, 18, 25, 32, and even the 5th horse home was drawn 30. So it just shows you how important the draw was. Makes you think that the 8th horse home, Wise Prince, who was drawn in stall 15, might be one to mark up. It was a big price on the day, ridden by Ryan Moore's boy, Toby. But I think Wise Prince could be of interest moving forward. But a good ride from Zach Lloyd as well on a track he wouldn't know too much about. But he's a really good jockey, I think. He rode Thundercall very well at York last week and did the job this time around as well on Moonfall. Outback Heat is another second in the race for Harry Eustace. He was second here last year with Labotte. I bet he's absolutely sick of this race, now finishing second. But I'm sure he'll land it again one day. Of course, Docklands won that race a few years back before becoming a really top-class horse. But good run from Outback Heat there in second. Jamestown, who was well backed, was third as well. But he's a little bit too keen, I thought. But Moonfall, fantastic performance from him. And that was a good handicap job there from George Bowie there in the Britannia. The 5:35, though, Jeff Smith, who owned Outback Heat, didn't have to wait long for his winner in Generic. And I thought this horse was a fairly good price, really, in the end. But I thought the horse has an each-way chance, but I didn't back the horse, if I'm honest with you. But this horse was second to Constitution River last time. That form had been boosted with him going on to win the French Derby a few weeks back. So that was good form. Endorsement ran well in second. I just don't think he's in love with the game, though. He was a bit all over the place up the home straight. He was already wearing cheek pieces. I think that's certainly there for a reason there. But Generic did really well, and a good ride as well by James Doyle. Glacius ran well in third for Hugo Palmer. But one that was unlucky here was Maho Bay. Was denied a clear run at a crucial stage. Then when he was denied a clear run, he tried to get out, and therefore he couldn't at a crucial stage either. I think he's certainly the one to take out of the race. Disappointments were My Love Is King and Morshty. Morshty was a bit too keen again, and My Love Is King had an awkward start, never really got into it, to be honest, in first-time headgear. But good performance on Generic, and nice to see Jeff Smith have a Royal Ascot winner there for Andrew Balding. Very, very well done to him. And in the last race was the Buckingham Palace. Again, this race was dominated by high draws. Unfortunately, my selections were just beaten by Mezcala, as I had Ellerack and Great Acclaim. Again, the draw, the first 4 home were drawn 30, 31, 23 and 28. The 5th horse home, River King, who admittedly came over and raced stand side, was drawn 14. So that horse was ran well. Mursky was 7th as well from stall 15. So they may be horses to look at moving forward. But again, good runs there. And Ellerack, I was a bit annoyed that he just got touched off there by Mezcala, whose form had been boosted from yesterday and must have had a good chance there, and was given a very good ride again by Tom Marquand, who had another Royal Ascot win after Alabaya won for him yesterday. So that was my review then from day 3 of Royal Ascot. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video, and if you've liked my analysis, please go over to my Patreon page there, and if you want to get my tips, they are all there. It's £15 to subscribe for the month, and hopefully you'll get plenty of winners from it, as you would have done today, because Moonfall was a lovely winner for us there in the Britannia. So best of luck again if you're having a bet tomorrow, and I'll be back later on tomorrow to have another chat about what happened on day 4 of Royal Ascot.